Hi, I'm George Ferguson, and I'm the instructor for this semester's BUS 141. I just want to welcome all of you to the class. I really appreciate you being a part of it. If at any time you have a question or you need some help on something, please feel free to give me a call. You have my phone number and you have my email address. Feel free to give me a call anytime, day or night. Okay, if I'm available, I'll answer the phone. If not, I have voicemail. Just leave a message and I'll get back to you just as quickly as I can. So if you have a question, let me know about it. In this video, we're going to be going over the expectations for the course and then also how to access all the information that's within the course and within Canvas. Let me see. Let me just pull this out of the way. And what we'll do is we'll start looking at the various things. Now, let's go over the syllabus, okay? In Canvas, you can access the syllabus anytime right here, all right? You can also download the syllabus. If you click on this, you can download it. And then when you're looking at your syllabus, you can expand it to a full page or keep it shorter like this. Now, in the syllabus, you have my contact information and the things, how to get access to me. Feel free to call me anytime. Here's course information. We're going to be online. You can see the textbook as far as what we're going to be using. Now, this textbook is online and it's accessible through the McGraw-Hill Connect. All right, so that is available to you anytime. You have the description as far as what the course is really all about. The whole idea behind this is to get a better understanding of what management really is. What are some of the key things that are going to be necessary as far as being a successful and effective manager, and also describing some of the things that are necessary as far as businesses are concerned. You can see the course objectives. In other words, by the end of the course, here's some of the key things that you should have learned. Here's information as far as the day one program. Again, you have access to the text through here. Make sure you get things set up with that. If you have questions about that, there is a video here in the Start Here area that allows you to get some information. You can also call the help desk to get some help with that. The course requirements. A week for this course starts on Monday, ends on Sunday. All right, so each week is going to start on Monday and end on Sunday. Every week, the process will be you have a chapter to read. In many cases, you have 2 chapters. You have videos to watch. One of the things that I do is I do lecture videos where I go through the PowerPoints and bring in some of the key information for those chapters. So you read the chapter, you watch the video. There may be some other videos to watch also, so make sure you're following the instructions. You do a quiz. There's a quiz for each of the chapters that we're going through. There's a discussion board each week, and then there's also a mini paper to be completed. Quizzes open up at 8 o'clock on Mondays and must be completed by midnight Thursday. You can do it any time that you want between those times. The thing is, once you start, you have 10 minutes to finish. Each quiz has 10 true, false, and multiple choice questions. And so once you start, you have 10 minutes to get it done. The thing is, you can do it anytime between 8 o'clock Monday and midnight Thursday. The reason for that is because different people study and work at different times. This gives you the opportunity to do it when it's best for you. We're going to have discussion forums. My philosophy as far as the discussion forums, there's a lot of wisdom and experience in the room, so to speak. If we share that, all of us can learn more. So the purpose of the discussion boards is not just make work. It's to bring in new information. It's to help people learn more than what they knew before based on our experience, and also finding other articles and things that are out there that relate to the content. The way it works, the discussion forums are open. You can go out there and see all the information out there right now. Your initial post for the week has to be done by Thursday, midnight Thursday. Then a minimum of 3 significant responses to others' posts by Sunday. Now, when I say significant, I mean something other than just, I like your post sort of thing. It's where you're bringing in new information, finding another article that relates to the content. That's the minimum. The meeting minimums is basically average a C. If you want to improve your grades, what you do is you get involved earlier and you stay involved. You bring in more new information. You challenge people as far as what it is that they posted. You bring in other articles that you found that reinforce your position. So again, the discussion forums open up at 8 o'clock on Monday morning. Your initial post has to be done by Thursday. 3 significant responses to others' posts by Sunday. That's the minimum. That's average. That's a C. To improve your grade, you get involved earlier. You stay involved throughout the week. You'll see there are 7 weekly discussions. Each discussion is worth 10 points for a total of 70. Then we have mini papers at the end that's due by the end of each week. What you do is you go to the end of the chapter and you'll see a section in there called Understanding the Chapter. What do I know? And there's a series of questions that go along with that. What you do is you choose which questions you want to answer. The more, the better. What you do is put together a 2 to 3 page paper answering some of those questions. Now, in those weeks where we have 2 chapters that we're looking at, you can choose to answer some from chapter 1 and some from chapter 2 sort of thing. You can do it all from one chapter, mix and match, however you want to do it. The main thing is to reinforce the content from the chapter and prove to me that you understand it. And again, minimums, okay? 2 to 3 pages, things like that. That's the guideline. There's not rules that go with it. You try to do it in a couple of paragraphs, you're going to get hammered. Prove to me you understand it. Stretch. You can see there's 6 mini papers that are due. Each one's worth 10 points, total of 60. There's also an opportunity for a couple of extra credit assignments. If you're interested in doing some extra credit, there's 2 opportunities. It's where you will interview a business owner. You choose who it is that's going to be, pass that by me so that I can approve it and make sure it's not some guy who's cutting grass on the weekends to make some extra bucks or something like that. Something that's more significant. Interview a business owner where you are actually asking questions that relate to the course content. Write that up. So you can get some extra credit, 2 of them, by doing that. At the very end of the semester, one of the things that you'll be required to do is a reflection and action paper where you step back and you say, okay, what were the key things that I learned this semester? And spell those out, write those out in your own words, describing what those key learnings and concepts were. Then you put together an action plan as far as how you're actually going to use those concepts. What is your plan on putting those into place? Think of it as a 50-50 split. 50%, here are the key things that I learned. The other 50%, here's my action plan on using them. And we'll talk more about that as we go. Everything's due by this prescribed date, okay? I do not accept late work unless some kind of prior arrangements have been made. If the system crashes, you're not going to be responsible for getting things in. You have a right to express your opinion, especially in those discussion boards. One of the things I try to do in the discussions is get some differing opinions and different things going on. Many times I'll challenge somebody with something that even I don't agree with, just to get the conversation going, to have them explain their point of view, bring in new information. I'll get back to you within 48 hours. You contact me, I get back to you just as quickly as I can. Normally, I'm getting back to you within the same day. I will get things graded and get your feedback to you as soon as possible. My goal is between 24 and 48 hours after you submit something, you have your grade and feedback. So when we're submitting things on Sunday, my goal is by the end of Monday, everything is graded and you have your feedback, you know exactly where you stand. Sometimes it's going to go into Tuesday. It just depends on all the things that are going on. The thing is, that's my goal. I don't accept late work unless you have made some other arrangements. You can see how the grades are actually being set up. You have 7 discussions, 11 quizzes, 6 mini papers, and your final reflection paper. Grand total, 300 points. You can see how the points break out. There are drop deadlines as far as the school has. Make sure you check out the information that's on the web as far as when you can drop with getting some money back, without, that sort of thing. We do have a code of conduct that we expect students to abide by. Don't cheat. If you need some sort of an accommodation, do everything you can to get it. Make sure you're contacting Access Services to get the accommodations that are necessary. We want students to be successful. And if that means they need some sort of accommodations, then let's make sure that we get it done. We have some fantastic counselors on campus. Make sure you contact them if you are running into any kind of issues that may need some counseling. Campus safety, we do everything we can to make sure you stay safe. Okay, we go through training every year that talks about the safety aspect. This is looking at the minimum requirements as far as your computer is concerned to run this class effectively. Talks about the various operating systems that you can use, the amount of hard drive space and things like that that you need, the software applications we're going to be using. It says Chromebooks and iPads may not be fully compatible. I also have a Chromebook. Most of the stuff that we're doing is okay as far as using a Chromebook is concerned. There's also right now the virus that's going on, and we're doing everything we can to make sure that everybody on campus and that's a part of the JCCC family are being kept safe. If you feel that you need some help along those lines, please let me know. Contact our counseling services or some of the other things that are necessary. In the syllabus at the end, we also have the course schedule that goes along with this. You can see that each week it spells out what the dates are, what's the topic we're going over, and what are the assignments that need to be completed. So you can see in week 1, you have it's going from the 19th to the 25th. We're going over this. You read the chapter. There is no quiz in the first week. We have 2 discussion boards. Who am I, which is not graded. The whole idea behind that is to get an introduction and find out who it is that's here. Learn a little bit more about the people that are in the class. And then you have your first graded discussion on chapter 1. You have your mini paper. And you can see in other weeks, we have 2 chapters per week. So in week 2, we're looking at management theory and then also ethics. You're looking at chapters 2 and 3. Week after that, planning and strategic management, chapters 5 and 6. Week 4, chapters 7 and 8 on decision making, org culture and design. Week 5, chapters 9 and 10, human resource management and organizational change. Now in week 6, now this is the fall semester in 2020, we have a very short week. We have the Thanksgiving holiday that's coming up, which runs from Wednesday through Sunday. And so we have just Monday and Tuesday for the week. You'll see that you have a chapter to be read and a quiz to be completed by Tuesday. All right, this is one of the exceptions that we have here. So you need to read the chapter and complete the quiz by Tuesday. However, there is no discussion or mini paper that goes along with the week. Week 7, we're looking at teams and power and influence, chapters 13 and 14. And the last week, we're looking at only one chapter, okay, power, influence, and leadership. And we have our final reflection paper. So those are some of the key things from the syllabus. When you start looking at the overall course, when you click on home or when you log into Canvas, this is what you'll log into. You can see that, here's kind of an overview and things like this. You'll also see the first 3 announcements up at the top. Start here. You're actually there, okay, since you're watching this video. You can see that we also have a video on how to connect to Day 1 Access, how to submit assignments to Canvas, how to participate in the discussions, and then also using Zoom to connect for office hours. One of the things that I do is I have mornings where I have office hours. I will be in my office. Zoom will be up. If you need to talk about something, you need some help on something, just jump into Zoom and you're getting into the office hours. So that's the start here area. You have the announcements. All of the announcements will be in here. You can open up the announcement and see the information, okay, all the information that goes along with it. You have instructor information. Here's some of my background, some of the things here, along with a picture of yours truly that could scare a buzzard off a crap wagon. Then you have the syllabus, which we were just looking at. Then you have the modules. Everything you need for the week will be within the modules. Now, little tip, you can contract or expand the information by clicking on the little arrow there. For each week, there's going to be instructions for the week, and then everything that you need for the week will be within this module. So, looking at the instructions for the week, you can see that it's saying, okay, watch the start here, review the syllabus, so here's all the stuff you need to do, and by Sunday you need to get this done. I just clicked on backwards. You have your chapter lecture video. You have the PowerPoints that go along with that. And one of the things you may see is a difference between the PowerPoints that I use in the video and then the ones that are here. The ones that are here in Canvas are complete. They're all there. The ones that I go over in the video may have some of those out of there. I contracted a little bit. Then you have the discussion boards. You can access the discussion boards from here. And you go through and work through the discussion. You can also see how the discussion is being graded by clicking here on the little three dots and show rubric. Here are the things that the discussion that you put in is being graded and judged on. Timeliness, your writing, relevancy, quality of responses, and contribution to the learning process. So you can always see what the rubric is, and I grade by the rubrics. So you have your discussions. You can see get to those from the module or from over here. Week 2, you'll see that we're going through several different chapters, and there's also another video to watch. You have your quizzes. Again, quizzes will open up on Monday and need to be completed by Thursday. So you can see when the quiz is due and when all of the things are due. When you open up the quiz, you'll see that it's locked until a certain time. So it has to be done between these times. The thing is, once you start, you have 10 minutes to finish. So you can see what the due dates are for each of the things that are necessary. Week 3, you have your instructions, you have your video lectures, PowerPoints to go along with it, your quiz, your discussion, and your mini paper. And you see that throughout the class. Everything you need is within the module for the week. Now, in some weeks, I'll have some other things to go along with it. So, for example, here are a couple of videos that's actually helping you with your career as far as key points on resumes and how do you prepare for doing interviews. Week 6 is the short week for this semester. There's also another video to watch looking at motivation from a gentleman named Dan Pink who wrote a book called Drive. And then the other last weeks that we have for the instructions, you have a discussion for the week and then also your final paper. There is not a quiz for the week. So these are some of the key points as far as the modules is concerned. Again, you can get to all of these things from here. Your discussions you can also access from the menu over here. Quizzes can also be accessed from the menu over here. Any of the assignments, okay, be it quizzes, discussions, mini papers, can also be accessed from the assignments. You'll see that everything is listed in date order. You can always see your grades. One of the things that I do is do everything I can to turn grades around just as quickly as possible. You will always know where it is that you stand in the class, what your grade is by going out and looking at your grades. There's no excuse for saying I didn't know where I stood, because it's very easy to see. You will know where you stand as far as your grade is concerned just by clicking on My Grades. People, here are the people that are in the class. You can access their emails, send them emails, things like that. Here's your Connect link, getting to the textbook. Zoom. One of the things I'll be doing is setting up a standing Zoom meeting for the office hours. If you have a question, you need some help on something, just jump into the Zoom meeting. We can get it done. There's chats. You can access your Google Drive, things like this. So these are some of the key points as far as the chapter is concerned, or as far as the course is concerned. If you have other questions, please feel free to give me a call anytime.